Gordon and the Engineer. All the engines on Sodor have their favourite jobs. Gordon loves pulling the express. He thinks it's the most important job on the island. One morning, the Fat Controller told Gordon that the points on the track were broken. Gordon had to collect an important engineer at Marin Station and take him to fix the points as quickly as possible. So Gordon steamed off to Marin.
"I'm an important engine collecting an important passenger,"
he chuffed proudly. All the other engines were stuck and couldn't go anywhere until the points were fixed. Gordon pulled into Marin Station. There was a passenger carrying a toolbox waiting on the platform. Gordon thought he must be the important engineer.
"All aboard!"
whistled Gordon. The man with the toolbox climbed on board.
"Wait!"
said the station master.
"Bertie the bus is bringing more passengers."
Gordon told him he couldn't wait.
"I have a very important passenger on board. I have to leave now."
And he left. Gordon didn't know that the man with the toolbox wasn't the engineer. Bertie the bus had brought the engineer with the other passengers. Gordon rattled past Donald, then clattered past Douglas.
"Important engine coming through!"
chuffed Gordon. The man with the toolbox was pleased. He was the only passenger and he didn't have to stop at any of the stations. Soon Gordon arrived at the broken points. "I'm glad you're here," puffed Thomas, and he told the man about the problem with the points.
I'm not an engineer,"
said the man with the toolbox. Gordon realized his mistake. He'd picked up the wrong passenger. He told the signalman that he was going back to get the engineer.
"But you can't reverse down the express line,"
said the signalman. "Maybe you could go on my line," said Thomas helpfully. So leaving his coaches, Gordon steamed on to Thomas's track and reversed quickly down the line. But he found Douglas blocking his path.
"Out of my way!" huffed Gordon. "I've got an important passenger to collect."
"You can't get past," puffed Donald. I can only go back as far as the next station. Then Donald is in the way." Gordon felt terrible. All the engines were stuck, and it was all his fault. Then he had an idea. Maybe all the engines can help, he thought. He told Douglas his idea. Douglas puffed down the track to tell Donald, and Donald puffed back to collect the engineer. The engineer climbed on board. Then Donald chuffed back up the line and dropped him off at the station. Then Douglas took the engineer to the next stop, where Gordon was waiting for him. It was a grand plan, and it worked. Finally, Gordon took the engineer to the broken points. The points were soon fixed, and the engines could chuff through. "Thank you, Gordon," tooted Thomas happily. Later that evening, the railway was back to normal.
"Thank you for helping me today," chuffed Gordon. Even an important engine like me needs help sometimes."